Hi, we're presenting our final project about exporting tailed almonds. Our team is conformed by Fernanda Lechuga, Germán Carrillo, and Luisa Piñón. Our objective in this product was to show the main implications that are needed in the exporting almonds. We want to show all the production processes and the international plan to export. Exporting this product is a relatively new business in Mexico because there is not a lot of people who practice this in the national market. So our main goal is to demonstrate in a detailed way the process of the almond and the way it is exported. Almonds are the fruit of the almond tree. They are edible nuts that are very rich in nutrients for the body. They are basically in an oval shape, ending in a slight tip, and they have a color white inside. According to the Agricultural Center, the almond tree has an average life of 20 to 25 years, but they only give the product, the almonds, around 15 to 20 years. That is the maturing life. Almonds are perceived as a premium product because they are very rich because of all the process that needs to have to give a good product. So the production cycle of the almond begins in the maturing nuts. When it's after the tree has been planted, then you wait 5 years and then the maturing nuts start growing. Then the whole split is when the almond is ready to be harvested, and the farmers harvest these trees by taking the product out of the tree, and then the process part comes when they store the nuts. This process takes around 2 to 4 weeks to be then separated into the different types of almonds that there are. For example, tailed almonds, the almonds that don't have a tail, etc. Then after this, the tree goes into a stage of dormancy when it's, for example, during winter, that it has no leaves or no product. But then around spring, it starts blooming again and the process starts all over again. As we can see in the part of the industry, over the 80% of the world almond production is concentrated in California, USA. According to the Agricultural Center, currently over 30 varieties of the almond trees are growing in California. California exports to 90 different countries all over the world. As we can see in the figure blue, global almond prices have significantly decreased since its high point of 4.98 pounds in 2015 and are now sold at approximately the equivalent of $3.1 per pound, which translates to approximately 55 pesos per pound. The figure 4 also shows the gradual increase of acreage, which really shows the growth that the almond market has seen in the last 2 decades.
So for this project, we decided to use a SWOT strategy. The methodology we consider is on our strengths. We consider that it is a premium product all over the world, which is a huge advantage. And also we could play with the scale. By increasing the demand, the production, the prices will go down. So we can also see the weakness. And this, we have a slight slip here. At least in Mexico, the product line is very limited due to lack of development. It is an industry that still needs to grow a lot. Then it is really more expensive than other high quality units, which might decrease its market penetration. This could be harder. When it comes to the opportunities, it is well, at a worldwide level, all these hard shell fruits are one of the fastest growing in the last couple of decades. And at last, the threats we analyze is that there is really not an efficient international marketing campaign, so it's still trying to get its ground. So we had 3 candidates to decide which country we were going to enter. It was Italy, Cuba, and Bolivia. So basically, we tried to give priority to the index of economic freedom. We divided, as you can see, in 5 categories: GDP, GDP per capita, inflation rate, and market population. So Italy, as you can see, it is a country that has a lot of easy ways to get into its market. That's why we decided to go with Italy.
In our target market selection, we were concluding that as we don't want to be a commercial industrial sector, for example, selling directly the product into stores or to people, we were going to hire a sales agent that will look for intermediaries that will use the product, and then we can do the contract directly with these people. In the part of the potential buyers or suppliers, in the consideration has been taken with almonds as a food that is highly healthy and natural, and the main consumers are the United States and Spain that triple and double the demand. The United States is the largest producer of almonds and is also the largest consumer. More than 3% of almond harvest in market in the United States. The principal suppliers in Italy, it's called the company Besana and Value that is located in Italy and are the principal suppliers to the almond industry. In the part of the package and labeling, the trade relations between the European Union and Mexico are governed by the Agreement of Free Trade, which came firm in October 2000. The Free Trade Agreement also provides for preferential treatments in services. The documents required by customs of Italy are, for example, the bill of lading or airwheel bill, commercial invoice or perform invoice, and package list. And another characteristic or requirements legal or must be met are the merchandise has to be identified by the trade code and must keep in custom warehouse. The legal requirements demanded by the country of Italy. Also, the European Union regulation on packing is based and set by the European Union. The European Union say that the boxes has to export under specific conditions, and also the labels is in the language of the country that they will be export, and the clear information to the importer or wholesaler all details of labeling. So in the distribution channels, we were able to see that there are some steps that all the almonds has to take in order to reach the final step. The first step are the growers, who are usually the people like the farmers and all the people who work with the almond first. Then they take the almonds to the tellers, who are the people in charge of spreading the almonds in place. And then the handlers are the ones that look for the possible buyer of the product. For example, in our case, a special agent that will look for the possible people who is willing to buy the almonds. And at last, the manufacturers, that are the ones that will take the product into the final step, which are the persons that will buy the product in the stores. So after finding all of the information for the almonds, we had to look for possible ways to export our product. We chose two ways. The first one is a seaway, and leaving from Mexico's port to Italy's port. The time for exporting the product is around 18 days, and it has a price of $1,636 per 100 kilograms. Then the second way was through the air, meaning by plane, and it usually takes around 18 hours reaching from Mexico to Italy, and it has a price of $60 per 100 kilograms. In these ways, the almonds are usually sent into containers, boxes, like we said before, and then they reach the port, and all of this price is paid by the exporters.
So when it comes to the competitors, we noticed that there isn't really a direct competition to us, so we are not aiming to get to the hands of the consumers, or the final consumers. There is one big company that has control of most of the territory, which is Dona Francesca's, but we are trying to aim at bakehouses and restaurants. We are we are not supplying directly to the consumer. Through an agent, we try to get our almonds to the consumer, which is a very different way. In our case, it's the easiest one. So that's why we align to the basic exporter's guide by ProMexico, and it is a series of rules that we must follow in order to export to Italy. Here you can see some of the examples which we consider one of the basic or elemental for this movement, which are contain of the printing date, identification, the name, corporate name, address, and you also have to place the date of the issue. These are requirements of the documentation you need. Okay, so if we want to conclude this project, we think that we need a 2-year investment in order to start receiving good results. It is important to understand that the production of this product is made in California and an outside country. So we will probably have to make a benchmark analysis. We got to the conclusion that $4.50 is a very, very competitive and to the shelf fruits in the area. But we think that it is very important to keep a standard quality in price and the good of the product.
And some recommendation that we can give is the dynamic prices are suggested in countries such as Cuba and Bolivia. Also, it is important to consider the tax part of the whole operation. Do not produce a cheap product as the market will resent, and to finish, hire expert consultants to manage the level and package part. Also, it's good to think of a good price and keep this price stable, because maybe other competitors will come and destroy the prices of the company. And that's all of the conclusions and recommendations we got for this project. Thank you.